Yo, give me that say. It's here with you also. Now, so far,
FM
it hasn't been
94.7.
bad. It has been tedious for so many people. And almost 2 hours last weekend, you okay, custom. My sister, and then me and Shada Ankoye, and Master Basayoka Club, now political issue statement. Almost referred to phobia, almost, yeah, Basabasa. But a bad Basabasa, in KA, can you say Bansa? The mechanism so far, no, reasonably, Akoye campaign, amount for your campaign as cleanly as possible, even though in some places, Kasabi Kosunadia, mentioned entry. But all in all, I think it's not a bad crowd. They've done well so far.
Because I was reading a story attributed to you, apparently, Oko Ahoto FM, Kokasa Woho, if elections are ever ho, and you made a point, say, party Penyifoni be including former President Mahama, Etu Asiedun Ketiafo, say, Emanin conteste Ofosu Ampofo for the chairmanship position. Na say, Okoko conteste a the needless conflict, Ebeba party nim. Have you seen that happening in the party since he did not heed to more advice more demand no so needless conflict naba
Needless conflict. I don't know whether that was in my statement, but I definitely indicated that there will be a negative fallout. We were to avoid that. The mechanism. A few things have happened in the last couple of weeks. In Kenya, and what Sebio, you did to General Secretary for Abra or Council or call or
contest national chairman no. Hello? Your Excellency.
Ose.
Yes. Ose Abra yeah na just obe contest national chairman no. Mutu ne for sanka on step down man nkokra.
That is true. He called me. For instance, he called me. I'm a very good friend of his.
Okay.
And to me catch and say, General, contest he reach me the institution be aba entry my party, na party no. Nka hado anka momo nye. But of course, he had taken his decision and he decided to go along. And now, I am aware that the former president also tried to, if you like, dissuade him. Abra Otise Opeso contest. Not because Obim Pese or choose whatever he wants to do, but Sebeha party now, and with that potential to give the party some challenges. Now you be too full. I mean, democratic because of democracy, the person would like to go forward. You can't use force to stop the person. But this is something that ban say in year to me her party no forward march no. And no advice I believe so. And then penny for the two south no. Council of Elders, and so I'm well informed that almost only general Etna and Ofosu Ampofo still are also a contest. See, that is where we are now. But they started dropping bits and pieces of mud, you know, on each other. You know, and now a whole pen. Obia no huncha completely in terms of Abia Ukasa Mwana Woni Yebi. That's a I mean, high-profile person like the chairman of our party, who's the leader of the party at this time, problematic for some of us.
Do I get a feeling, say, Money Kasaya went here, Silo insisted so Bekono. It is some of you have taken the position, say, okay, Obekwa, Kokona Yenche, Kwayene Yenche. Is that the position you've taken now?
Well, no, I think it was advised, or both of them were advised by the elders. And then we should wage a clean campaign, devoid of any mudslinging.
Okay.
I mean, because of democratic, if it was a dictatorship, we'll probably decide that step down or get out of the party or something. We wouldn't do that. You see, because of democracy. So also the Constellar and the footwear, the Mamun said, don't engage in that type of mudslinging. But it looks as if advice some of the man and shut down Papa, because at this point in time, Kasa be a possible. About for 2 figure, you know, and we don't want that in our party. Seriously, you don't want that. You know,
your fear, when this whole contest is over, Bear Dane say, Mobe coming back together as one force to wage the 2024 campaign.
Well, the chairmanship one, let me focus on that for the moment. The chairmanship one, very high profile. They are big guys in our party. Now, if you engage in mudslinging, and later on you come and say the person there, oh, it was politics, publicly. Who could just simply so super or be in a negative way? Not a show up and say, okay, you re-elections, so let's shake hands and move on. What about the damage you've done to my character? How are you going to go away? Nobody should say that, let me do the dirty job, and then afterwards, we will come up and make up, and then we will smile at each other and say, as if nothing has happened. No, that is not the way to do things in politics. I think you should just tell the truth, but you should be circumspect in what you spill out, you know, to the general public. Apart from the fact that you may be arming our opponent, we are in the same party, but you may be arming our opponent with little bits and pieces, which they would latch onto and try to use against us. So you're not helping the organization.
The other thing, the claim you made and the story attributed to you, Nekase, former High Commissioner to the UK, Victor Emmanuel Smith, is claiming that Johnson Asiedu Nketia, General Secretary of the NDC, is contesting for the party's chairmanship position because he wanted to be John Dramani Mahame's running mate in the 2020 elections but was rejected. And this is adomonline.com. I
didn't say he was rejected. I said he had hoped to be the running mate to John Mahama in the 2020 elections, but it didn't happen.
What's the link? The national chairmanship you're going.
Well, in other words, I indicated that he might be bitter. That's why he won't listen to the advice of the former president or the elders. And he made comments after Professor Jane Nana was elected, was nominated. He made comments which suggested that he was pained.
Those comments were not public comments, no?
They were public comments. They are on Ghana Web.
Oh, really?
Yes. He commented on the choice of Nana, and if you read between the lines, it was to thinking that he would have hoped there or no.
Meaning that when you nuntina yaudi
entina opinion in kasana. Now I gave instances of Kani Mampening Rawlings.
Yes.
Jamifan Kransi and maybe a Echemuko. Alaji Hudu Yahaya, who was the general secretary of our party. And he was going for re-election. The day before the event, he sent me to go and tell him to step down for somebody else to go. Opening but one opportunity because the party big wig, the top man has said so. What I say, one friend when we didn't And the same thing for the same Hudu Yahya in 2015. He was contesting what's the guy's name? Kofi Pottersley.
Yes.
And on the day of the election, President Mahama advised him to step down. And he stepped down. After he had done all the campaigning and spent all the resources, he stepped down. Out of respect. And the American is a general muno from the fact that he was not made the running mate, could have been the contributing factor now. One factor, I'm my opinion, and I'm penny for no more advice.
But the point is, why bring it up now? Don't you think, say, Binsobeka say, maybe unswa take his side, you support Ofosu Ampofo
Let me put it this way. At this point in time, somebody could say, I support Ofosu Ampofo. He's the chairman of our party. He's the leader of the party in opposition per our constitution. We share the money ball in terms of since he was elected chairman in 2018, working with the team, including a general secretary, with all the other people, they were able to bring our numbers in parliament from 106 to 137 during their tenure with him as chairman. They were together able to bring the numbers for presidential votes from 4.7 million to 6.2 million. Even that Rawlings, with all his might, could not do that. So what I'm trying to say is that the team, there was nothing wrong with the team. And that I would have, in fact, that is probably was the reason why the leadership were trying to advise him to stay where he was, because he had not left that position. He was still the general secretary, and in fact, he's still the general secretary as we speak.
Yes.
In Tinan campaign, it was don't rock the boat, just stay where everybody stay where you are, and then we go again, because I believe most people are going to go with John Mahama again. In Tinan, the Nia Kwakwaji Tumino, Nayabesi Ghana, I'm a Ghana for any Asumdre, any Awato. And to one Pinisano, and then at some point in time, he made some comments about decisions that were taken during Ofosu Ampofo's chairmanship, and Onobejina CPSO said you know super opinion. I was pained by that singular action. In some ways, or two figures, just so that he can win the. I thought it was inappropriate. So we just wanted to ask questions. My statement asked questions. Were they true that these things happened? Is it true that we had those figures? So we done well, or they did well as a team. In and Penny for advisors and Caribbean stay where they were. We believe that would have probably gotten the results, or would probably get the results we're looking for. Just Obi say Obi.
Yeah.
Ofosu Ampofo General Mosquito, they are my friends. They'll be my friends forever. But the moment he started doing that, then I said, it's exactly what we were trying to avoid. Don't badmouth anybody as you contest. When you start throwing things about the BAC war, Obiko Khan, one of our guys to car SMB. One of our guys to car SMB.
Yes. I think Kwame Zune seminar, right?
But it's all count. I will be more footage so in social media, and I was particularly pained because the facts were not exactly what he said. But that notwithstanding, it is like me too that ago Ofosu Ampofo because I want his position. And seriously, what is there in the chairmanship position now? He wants so much. Considering the fact that by March, we will choose a flag bearer, and the flag bearer will be the leader of our party, not the chairman. And there will be a new general secretary who will be the chief executive of the party. So what will be left for the chairman of the party is just to preside over functional executive committee meetings and the national executive committee meetings per our constitution. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I kept asking, does he have an ulterior motive? Why the quest for that particular position? When he, as general secretary, he was the chief executive. Obi Bekamuna was signing checks and everything. You make all the big decisions, together with, of course, other officers. So why do you want to move from there? It wasn't a promotion. I don't see that as a promotion from general secretary. Then you should go to vice chairman before you become a chairman. If you were promoting people that way. But that is not it. And these things are coming out. It's exactly what we were trying to avoid. But when he started citing instances trying to malign the chairman, I just thought, no, some of these things, especially the Chebi case, I was involved in that particular case. Okay? So when you start saying
in much the same way, if the picture you've just painted about what really is in the chairmanship position, looking at what is likely to happen from March next year, Air Corner, then that advice should also go to the incumbent, Ofosu Ampofo,
that he should step down.
Possibly.
No. Listen, what I said is I cited instances of the party having made progress by way of the number of seats we managed to secure with that team working together.
Yes.
The seats that we got in addition to 106. And then also the presidential numbers. For me, they had all done well as a team. So why the quest to take somebody's seat? And I believe that when they advised him, they were trying to suggest to say, you were as general secretary, Ofosu as chairman. Things are looking good for the party. The people of Ghana have seen how poorly the current administration has performed, and that they see us as the alternative. Now, why do you want to rock the boat?
In the meaning, say you are for the status quo remaining, as it were.
Yeah, because we did well. The figures of our results, if it was poor, I would say they should clean the stables. So yeah, if we've done poorly, let's say we got worse results than 2016, we'll ask for all of them to be cleared from the stables. But it wasn't so. Even though they say we didn't win, some of us believe that I don't want to. So what I say. A short while ago, you were interviewing somebody. Was it Nana B?
Nana B, yes.
And some of the things you were saying, I was hoping that you would raise some issues about
which of them?
Trying to rubbish John Mahama of one citing people. You know, he forgot what Adana Akufo-Addo said. All die, we die. That one he's forgotten. And now he's the head of state of Ghana. So they always say the things that please them. But that's okay. We're talking about NDC. I don't even know why he came in to discuss NDC elections. Really. Yeah, I don't know why he came in.
As the national organizer of the ruling party, a stakeholder in our political... in the political establishment in Ghana.
We had the election on Saturday, and we're going to have the main one on Saturday.
On Saturday, absolutely.
And we're discussing it. And then I hear somebody rubbishing NDC and maligning NDC. So he gave me a platform just to do that, you know, but hey. But
Your Excellency, on the point you made about a Kaun because a party in 2020, you know, and status quo remain, you know, would I be right to say maybe you are happy about how our Neoma turned out in Cape Coast because the incumbents retained their seat, i.e. George Opariado and Hannah Louisa Bisiu. That's it. We need just our results now, right?
I know, I'm okay with it. I mean, I'm not saying we need Jihu, but I'm okay with it. The people gave the mandate. But you see, the people voted that way. So long as nobody has come to tell me that there were some wrongdoings in the election proper, the people have voted. And because they did well, if they didn't do well, they won't be there. It's simple.
Yeah.
In Eastern region, I'll give you an example. My own very good friend was the chairman, Joak. I rooted for him to become the chairman in 4 years ago. That was, 2018. And during his tenure, I had the cause to complain about the way he was running the office. In his face, I used to tell him that you're not pulling your weight. You're not doing too well. There's always an argument. So eventually I told him that he shouldn't even bother contesting again. Because I believe that people won't vote for him. And that's what happened. He lost the election. So my position is that if you do well, why wouldn't the people give you the mandate again?
Yeah.
This is how I see the whole thing, really. I'm not being biased or anything. Both gentlemen are my friends. All those people who contested the Cape Coast, most of them are my friends. So I don't have a problem with anybody. I don't go pursuing anybody. We want the best for our party. We want the best for our country. And things are not happening well in Ghana today. It's not because I'm NDC. This government has failed the people. And that's why every Ghanaian would want to see a better government.
94.7.
If you'll be voting, right? Obetu Abanibi.
Me, I'm a Tuapa.
Oh. Your vote is secret, but I suspect the vote would be for Chairman
Ofosu Ampofo. For Ofosu Ampofo.
Oh, okay.
No, there's no doubt about it.
Okay.
I will vote for him. And it's not because he's a friend, but because I want the best for our party. And those arguments I'm putting down are principal positions. And at least, for me, out of respect for the people who advised the General Secretary not to contest the chairman, he should have given that respect to them. In my opinion.
94.7.
Yeah, but maybe he also thought, being General Secretary for 16 plus years. I mean, he's given enough to the party as General Secretary, and he had to step up. And
so why doesn't he go and become the flag bearer?
The flag bearer?
You can contest the flag bearer.
But that would not be a realistic ambition currently.
What are you talking about? Is it promotion from General Secretary to Chairman? We don't promote people that way. If he wants a promotion, it doesn't have to be. He can become a flag bearer if he so wishes. Let him contest. Nobody's stopping him, or anybody for that matter.
Yeah, but realistically,
what is realistic here?
No, please. Realistically, flag bearer in the NDC now, anybody can be John Dramani Mahama. That will not be a realistic ambition to have.
Why we have realistic ambitions?
Absolutely.
You can say that you want to contest. If you lose, you've lost. But if you want promotion, because he's been a General Secretary for 17 years,
yes,
go for the flag bearership.
Why not the chairman? Because the chairman is bigger than the General Secretary, no?
Who says so?
In opposition, the chairman is the leader of your party.
In opposition?
Without a flag bearer, the chairman is the leader of your party.
In opposition, correct.
Yes.
But the General Secretary is the chief executive of the party.
Yeah, but the chairman is the leader of the party. Your Excellency.
You entered NDC.
No, I have the constitution of the party, my kind of back to back. The chairman is the leader of the party.
In opposition?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so by March, the chairman will not be the leader anymore.
Yeah, but he will still play a critical role.
He will play a role, but for the campaign, the chief executive, which is the General Secretary, is the Supremo, together with the leader. He will play a role. Nobody's going to kick him out. He will play a role advisory. The authority will reside with the leader and the General Secretary. But he would be in advisory position.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but he says that he's courageous and
he's bold.
Fearless.
He's fearless. Yes.
What's that going to do with it if you don't have the mandate to do whatever you think you want to do? If you are chairman, you're not taking us to war. You're not the leader.
FM 94.7.
You know, your probably your position, your powers will be limited. So if he had remained as General Secretary, he can take us to war. And because he's got that authority. Or go for the flag bearership. If you win, you are taking us to war because that's what he tells us he wants to do for us. I'm more courageous and fearless because he stood up to soldiers. I believe so.
Of course, I mean you've now declared who you're. But so for besides the chairman, for the general secretary, for example, and also why in Awoshe?
Both people are my friends, but I don't want to mention now I don't want to mention whoever I would vote for.
Yeah,
I may not even vote for those positions. I may only vote for chairman.
For the chairman. No, but for the organizer, there is an incumbent going again for organizer.
Yes.
Or no, in the same spirit, say Omo Yadi in 2020, no.
I think I will root for him.
Captain Akamba.
Captain Akamba, personally.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You think he deserves a re-election?
Oh, I'm telling you that all the people who worked for the outcome of 2020 elections, they did well.
Okay.
We didn't win per the Electoral Commission. We believe that we won the election.
4.7.
But not next time round. 2024? Nah. I heard Nana B say something that our elections on Saturday will be a war zone.
Yeah, or say the police should declare the Accra Sports Stadium as
a war zone.
A war zone, more like, yes. Okay, then so danger zone, sorry. Or you should danger zone.
So I also want to tell him that in 2024, Ghana should be declared a war zone.
No, he used danger zone.
Okay, danger zone is the same thing. So in 2024, the world should know that Ghana is a danger zone.
Why?
What is his argument? But we're not going to sit down for them to misbehave this time around.
I've had messages from some members of your party who say they are somehow disappointed that you've made a public declaration for somebody you support to be national chairman. What do you say to that?
What are you talking about? You ask me for my vote, and I tell you my vote. I'm an individual. I have a vote. Sure. I have chosen to make it public. You can choose to disagree with me, but you can't be disappointed in me.
Because maybe or more and maybe say ebase nipa supporting the name. How do you come around the table to work for the party?
What are you talking about? I've been in this party long enough. I am a thoroughbred NDC person. I have worked with all the presidents that have led our party. I believe I'm strong enough to hold my own in this party. And I root for John Mahama any day. So what are they talking about? If I don't get my candidate becoming the chairman or any other position, we are still NDC people. If somebody doesn't like me because I rooted for somebody else, it's his own problem.
Are you doing Eastern Region in Kosovo?
What does that mean?
Oh, sir, Ofosu Ampofo is from the Eastern Region. You understand what I'm saying?
No. You see, I gave you the reasons that the achievements by the team during the 2020 elections were impressive. No doubt at all. The whole team, including General Secretary, including Akamba, including a woman organizer, all the youth organizers, they all worked together. And we got some good results that we believe should have won us the election, but for what happened. And so, whoever sent that message, I'm sorry for the person. He or she can choose to vote for whoever you want to vote for. I don't lie about my position, my principal position. This is what I want to do.
So Ambassador Victor Smith,
the reasons for it.
Ambassador Victor Smith is not doing Achim in Kosovo.
This is not an Achim Kosovo business. It's just coincidental that we come from Achim. Akamba doesn't come from Achim.
Yes, he doesn't.
Yeah, I'm rooting for him.
Anyways, many thanks for accepting to speak to us. Nyame ya domo Saturday, I'll see you at the Accra Sports Stadium. Yebesi edi nkomobio. Why? Medase.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
His Excellency Ambassador Victor Smith, former High Commissioner to the UK, former Ghana Ambassador to Czech Republic, and Amotesi Eneno AD Nkomo, a stalwart of the NDC, former spokesperson of the late first president of